and no sin is incurred by killing such aggressors. Such killing of aggressors is quite befitting any ordinary man. But Arjuna was not an ordinary person. He was saintly by character, and therefore he wanted to deal with them in saintliness. This kind of saintliness, however, is not for a Kshatriya. Although a responsible man in the administration of a state is required to be saintly, he should not be cowardly. For example, Lord Rama was so saintly that people even now are anxious to live in the kingdom of Lord Rama, Rajya. But Lord Rama never showed any cowardice. Ravana was an aggressor against Rama because Ravana kidnapped Rama's wife, Sita. But Lord Rama gave him sufficient lesson, unparalleled in the history of the world. In Arjuna's case, however, one should consider the special type of aggressors, namely his own grandfather, own teachers, friends, sons, grandson, etc. Because of them, Arjuna thought that he should not take the severe step necessary against ordinary aggressors. Besides that, saintly persons are advised to forgive. Such injunctions for saintly persons are more important than any political emergency. Arjuna considered that rather than killing his own kinsmen for political reasons, it would be better to forgive them on the ground of religion and saintly behavior. He did not, therefore, consider such killing profitable simply for the matter of temporary bodily happiness. After all, kingdom and pleasure derived therefrom are not permanent. So why should he risk his life and eternal salvation by killing his own kinsmen? Arjuna's addressing of Krishna as Madhava, or the husband of goddesses of fortune, is also significant in this connection. He wanted to point out to Krishna that as a husband of goddesses of fortune, he should not induce Arjuna to take up a matter which would ultimately bring about misfortune. Krishna, however, never brings misfortune to anyone, to say nothing of his devotees. So many wonderful things are coming out in this translation and this purport. So here Arjuna is giving the reason why he should not fight is because sin will overcome him. He is thinking, if I kill my own kinsman, my own father, my own grandfather, my own cousin brothers, my own uncle, my own teachers, then surely sin is going to overcome me. And if I am sinful, then how can I be happy? So he is telling to Krishna, Krishna, you are goddess of fortune, and why you are engaging me in such a ghastly warfare? Because if I kill them, I will be sinful. If I am sinful, then how can I be happy? As he says in the last sentence, how could we be happy by killing our own kinsmen? So how do we understand Arjuna's situation, Arjuna's dilemma, and how do we relate Arjuna's situation to all of our situations in present life? And what lessons do we take so that we practically deal with all of those situations in a most suitable way? So basically, before going into that application part of it, let us discuss some important things which are related to the pastimes of Mahabharata. So it is said that there are 6 kind of aggressors. There is one Shastras in which actually it is said that we should not kill anybody. There is an injunction in the Vedas that we should not kill anybody. But it is said if somebody is aggressor, then you can kill him. There is no sin is incurred to your part if you kill the aggressors. And who are being designated in the category of aggressors, they are mentioned in the first 3-4 sentences of the purport. It is said there are 6 kind of aggressors. First aggressor is poison giver. Second is one who set fire to the house, one who attacks with deadly weapons, one who plunder riches, one who occupies another land, and one who kidnaps a wife. So basically, if you see in the life of Pandavas, all 6 kind of aggression was being carried out by Kauravas in Pandavas' life. Let us take first example, a poison giver. Actually, Bhima was being given a poisonous cake by Kauravas party, so that he can be killed because he was one of the most important person in Pandavas party that they were afraid of. So Bhima was being given poisonous cake. So another point in Mahabharata, it is said that Kauravas made a house which was made of lac. Lac means wax, and they were planned to shift Pandavas to that house and later on burnt that house to ashes. That was the plan of Pandavas. Then a different, now they are being attacked by deadly weapons. Now they'll be attacking them. One who plunder riches. If you see in the gambling match, by cheating they plunder all the riches of Pandavas. One who occupies another land, and rightfully the entire kingdom was belonged to Pandavas, not to Kauravas. Unrightedly, viciously they were trying to captures Pandavas' property, Pandavas' land, which belonged to Pandavas. One who kidnapped a wife. You see in the Draupadi Chirharan, when the Pandavas lost everything, at that point of time they thought, let us take their wife also. Then they cheated and cheated Yudhishthira Maharaj, cheated the Pandavas, and again they were able to even win over Draupadi's in the gambling match. In the kind of kidnap a wife, and there were many other situations where he been, Draupadi was being tried to kidnapped by Kauravas. So if you see, the Kauravas were befitting to get punished by Pandavas because they used all six kind of aggression upon themselves. So, but there was no sin is going to incur on Pandava side if they kill the Pandava, if they kill the Kauravas, and that is given in Arthashastra portion of Vedas. So, in the Vedic literatures, there are many kind of scriptures which deals in different matters. So, this matter which we are discussing, how do we deal with aggressors, is given in Arthashastra. But Dharma Shastra says, which is different from Arthashastra, that we should have a quality of forgiving. Like in Purport also it comes many times. Arjuna wanted to forgive them because of his saintly qualities. So because of saintly qualities, he wanted to forgive them, and he said that why sin will overcome us? Because they are our teachers, they were special kind of aggressors. So according to Dharma Shastra, they should be forgiven. So Arjuna was in a situation wherein he was being attacked in different situation, wherein he was supposed to fight because that was the kind of circumstances were being made by Kauravas. In one place, one reaction from Arjuna's side that he should kill them because they were aggressors. At the other end, he was confused because according to Dharma Shastra, he should be forgiving them. If you see, similar kind of situation comes in all of our day-to-day life. We come across many situations in our life wherein some other person comes and unnecessarily start harming us. They start disturbing us. In our offices, we see, we are doing everything pakka, everything rightfully, but somebody will come and put their nose and they will somehow try to disturb our peace, somehow try to disturb our career for no reason. So we come across many such situations in our day-to-day life wherein we are being positioned in the line of Arjuna. We have been harmed, so how should I react? Whether I should go and kill them, whether I should take the revenge, whether I should go and become so angry upon them and just try to harm them as much as possible, or we should just forgive them. So what we should do? So how do we deal with this kind of situation, this kind of people, and this kind of arrangement? Sometimes it is being made around us. That is very important to understand. So what happens, when you just let it go, you just forgive them, then what happens is not easy to forgive sometimes. Some person comes in your life, somehow cheated upon you in different ways, in terms of money, in terms of property, in terms of relationships. They come and just go away. So we should just forgive them. But forgiving is not so easy. We cannot just forgive them like that. We cannot just forget the kind of situation, the kind of cheating they have done upon us. It becomes very difficult. Or we should try to take revenge. We should use all possible ways and means to harm them. But in that case, if you see, you will always be disturbed. Your mind will always be planning how to harm them. Instead of how to do good to yourself, you will be planning how to harm other. Then again it is not good for my own peace, my own internal peace, and my own settlement in my own life, my own progressive vision in my own life. So it becomes very disturbing and very confusing situation sometimes. So how we should react, how we should deal in such kind of situation, it's very important to understand. So it is said there are two kind of things. One is known as Vyavaharik level, one is known as Paramarthik level. So Vyavaharik level, it means the way we deal with people, the way we deal in a physical plane. Physical plane means in this world, how do we deal with other people in day-to-day life, that is known as Vyavaharik level. And one is known as Paramarthik level. Paramarthik level means, it means Param Artha. Param plus Artha means Paramarthik. Paramartha means we should be progressive, we should be leading a peaceful life, and our heart should be clean, our mind should be peaceful, and we should be focusing more on spiritual part of life, in developing saintly qualities. That is known as Paramarthik nature. So when we understand this concept, then we start reflecting back that in any situation we deal, we have to have both conception of life. It means if you're dealing, say, for one's A situation, in that A situation you have to keep both the understanding intact. You should see things in a Paramarthik level and you should see things in a Vyavaharik level also. So how do we see any wrong thing happens to me, or any things happen to me which is not so pleasant for me to experience? How do we take them into Paramarthik level and Vyavaharik level? Let us try to understand. So what happens, we can deal with the problem in different levels. First level which we can immediately deal with, to take right action. So whatever is required to do at that point of time, at that point of situation, to correct the situation, to take the situation in my hand, we should do it. That is known as, you should do your rightful duty, whatever you can do at that point of time, in a physical plane, at a Vyavaharik level. Do your duty, basically it is said. So then at an emotional level, at our own mind level, to be able to peaceful, we should try to forgive other. Because if we don't forgive, we'll always be carrying that burden in our heart. We'll always be carrying that revengeful mood, that kind of enviousness, that kind of angriness in our own heart, in our own body's mind system. And more you keep accumulating them, it keeps stinking, it keeps affecting your own life. So we should learn to forgive other. That whatever he has done, I just should forgive it. I'm not telling you should forgive and you should not take any action. In your mind, you should forgive and remove that incident. Try to remove that incident from your mind. And at physical level, try to do your best you can do to deal with the situation. And at karmic level, we can understand in such a way that it was due to me. It is said, according to theory of karma, whatever is coming to us, or whatever is to come to us, has some connection with our own activity in our past life. So maybe at one point of time I would have harmed him, I don't know in which lifetime, and that is what is coming to me. So we should understand that it was my bad karma that I had to suffer in this way, and he just became an instrument in giving me that misery. So I should understand that if I have gone through that bad experience, it is because of my own bad karma. At the same time, that bad karma is burnt now. So I should be happy. I should be happy that bad karma is burnt. It was due to me. It will help you in forgiving that person. That understanding will help you in forgiving that person and make your own heart light. It has nothing to do with that person as per se. It is something to do with your own peace, with your own stability in your own life. Okay. And spiritual level, we should understand that there are some lesson. Always anything happens with us in our life, there is always a lesson to learn from it. So if you keep on focusing on what this incident teaches me, what I should have done, what I should have not done, and what is my mistake, reflection, basically we say, retrospection. So always look for a lesson, always look what I can learn out of it, so that you don't repent. So if you learn a lesson, there is less chance that you will repent what mistake you did, and you are focusing always on bright side of thing. Again I'm telling, it is nothing to do with that person should be given punishment, but it has to do something with you. We can see everything at a different levels. We can see things just as they are at a physical plane, or we can train ourselves to see things in a more subtler way, in a more deeper fashion. the way our nature is working, the way these things were being arranged, how it happened, and all those things I should try to reflect back, and I should try to be peaceful at my own heart. So there is one practical story which we can understand to exemplify what I am trying to explain. What happens? There was one snake once upon a time, and he was very venomous snake. He was very poisonous snake, and whoever used to come near to him, he used to simply bite without any reason, and that person used to get killed. And we know about Narada Muni. Narada Muni is a saintly spaceman who keeps traveling to different places in universe to keep preaching about the spiritual aspect and to keep rectifying people and to keep giving them higher learnings. So once Narada Muni sees him and he thinks that this snake is really harming other people, so I should try to teach him something. So Narada Muni makes that snake his disciple by preaching to him. And you can understand how we can preach to snake. We cannot speak to snake, but the wonderful persons like Narada Muni, he is so powerful that they could convert the heart of even snakes. There's a power of Narada Muni, not the anything to do with the snake as such. So that's he instructs the snake that please do not bite anybody. Please do not kill anybody now from now onwards. I am accepting you as my disciple. That snake accepts the teaching of Narada Muni, his heart gets transformed and he stops biting other people. And that news spread all over the village that the snake stopped biting. And they were wondering how it is possible that snake was so ferocious and like that. So then they start coming around him, they start really experiencing that this snake is no more biting. Then what happens slowly, the small children also start playing with that snake. They start throwing stones at him, start vilifying him, start disturbing his peace, and that snake becomes so terribly miserable because he cannot bite. It was been instructed by Narada Muni, and he cannot tolerate also anymore this miserable situation. So what he should do? So understanding the heart of snake, Narada Muni again comes to that place. Then this question, snake asks from Narada Muni, "What should I do now? You have told me not to bite. I am not biting, and these people are disturbing me. What should I do?" Then Narada Muni says, "I have told you not to bite, but I have not told you not to show your hoods. You can always show your hoods, but you should not fight. You should not bite." It means what Narada Muni was, trying to teach him that you should show to people that you can still bite. You still have the same poison with you. Means physically, you should keep people scared out of your own poison. But you should not actually bite, because if you bite, it is going to do wrong to yourself only. So that is how we understand. So similarly, in a physical plane, we should try to do all our part, all our duty, so that people don't take undue advantage of us. Sometimes what happens, people become so light, so heartfelt, so good-hearted that they tend to forgive everybody. And people start taking undue advantages of them. People start saying, anyways, he is not going to do anything. Let us keep cheating him. So, no, it should not happen. People should not take undue advantage of our goodness, of our saintliness. At the same time, we should teach them a lesson the way it is required. At the same time, we should keep our heart clean. We should not let other people invade our own peace and keep disturbing us. So it is said nobody can disturb us, only we can be disturbed by our own selves. If we are properly trained in many good qualities of saintly characters and after understanding principles of Bhagavad Gita, then we can really train ourselves in such a way that we can continue to live peaceful in this world and continue to progress higher in the human consciousness. So that is what we can understand from this translation and purport. If anybody has any doubt, that we can take it up. So yeah.
I don't have a doubt, but I am relating it to. So I am a Kashmiri Pandit.
Oh, okay.
So when you said that we should not let go of the
Playing
loss
from
of
desktop
property.
65 sod 1E.
Yeah.
So yeah, when you said about that we should not let go of anything if we lose which which we have. We've lost property, we've lost people.
Yeah.
My only thing is that so yes,
क्या ढूंढ लिया ब्रो आपने?